Good morning, my loves. It is a beautiful Thursday morning here at the lake. The sun is coming up. Gorgeous day ahead. So, yesterday was special. It was just a special day. It was a stressful day a couple of times. It was just, you know, special. Now, how I deal with it may not be how you deal with it, but I want to share what I do. And I do this at my desk because I didn't even take lunch yesterday. It's easy. You breathe. It's that simple. But you do it with a mindset because it's intention. Okay. Now, when I do my prayers and my meditations in the morning, I do what they call I ground. Now, that means that every breath I take in, I breathe in positive energy. I bring the light and love of God, your higher power, whatever works for you. But when you breathe out, you release and you remove all that does not feed and nurture your soul, all that has no space in your life, doesn't serve your greater good and higher purpose, not worth your time and energy. You breathe it out, you let it go. So breathe in the good, let go of the bullshit, plain and simple. I did this several times yesterday because there was a lot of fertilizer in the world yesterday and you just had to breathe it out. And that's okay. You can do it at your desk. Nobody knows what you're doing. You're just breathing. It works. I promise you it works. For people that are very strong in their faith, God bless you. I think that's great. Breathe in the light and love of God or whomever, and then you breathe out all that does not serve your soul, all that doesn't have room in your life. The stress, the anxiety, got to go. Breathe it out. It works. Something else that works, and this has been around as long as I've been around, if not longer, and I know it's a practice of Navy SEALs. I know a lot of Navy SEALs, and it's called box breathing. And so you take a breath in for the count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you hold your breath for the count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You breathe it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you hold it again. So it's a box. In, hold, out, hold. So and what it does, it slows your heart rate more so than just deep breathing. Because when you deep breathe, you can deep breathe, but you can deep breathe fast, and it's not going to regulate and slow things down. So taking that pause will help slow everything down. Slow your breathing down. When you slow your breathing down, it slows your heart rate. It slows the anxiety, and it works. And I have to share this. You know how I feel about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method during anxiety attacks and panic attacks. And over the weekend, I was working with a family that I just think the world of. They are just the sweetest people on the planet. And there's a little girl around 10 years old that was very frightened for a very good reason. She had a very good reason to be scared and upset. So we spent a lot of time Saturday morning working on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The first time she thought, yeah, sounds a little sketchy. So we did it again. Well, then she thought it was kind of cool. Now she's showing it to all of her friends. Her grandma, everybody she knows about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because it calms you down. It works. So when she goes to bed at night, she and her mom do a couple of rounds of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can use it with any topic that you want. So to make it easy, we're going to use just general things. And it's based on your 5 senses. And what it does is bring your attention from whatever the stress is, the outside, and it brings it back in to here. Okay? It's that easy. So think of, or look around, see 5 things, any 5 things. I have the fireplace, the TV, my tea, the sofa, the phone, 5 things. 4 things that you hear. You can hear your own voice. Maybe you have the air conditioner on, the dog, the cat, the kids, the microwave, whatever. 3 things you smell. I smell my cologne, my Gucci. I have my tea, my breakfast. 3 things. 2 things. Let's see, what have we done? We've done sight, we've done things we hear, things we see, things we smell, things we taste. What are 2 things you love to taste? Could be ice cream, could be pizza, could be your early morning coffee, whatever. And the last will be 1 thing that you like to touch. I have this beautiful fuzzy blanket next to me that I love. Okay, that's it. I also have a little cashmere sweater on. You know how I feel about cashmere. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can say 5 things that are blue, 4 things that are orange. It doesn't matter. It just brings your attention from the outside back to the in. I learned this technique my first shift as a nurse in the emergency room eons ago. I mean, we're talking 46 years ago, a long time ago. We had a child brought in, coming unglued. Child was going to need shots, an IV, and had a broken limb. It was not a happy kiddo. So we started doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The kid was angry and scared. I would say it was 5, 6 years old, something like that. Old enough to understand. And yes, the child was in pain. We'd given him something for pain. So it was just more the fear. You're in a room full of strangers. You want mommy. So we as nurses started playing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Only we did it with cartoon characters and, Walt Disney kind of stuff. And the first round, the kid thought we were nuts and wanted no part of it. By the second round, they were tossing in a couple of characters. By the third, they were actively participating. It works. So if you're having a panic attack, give it a try. If you're angry and you're frustrated at somebody, step back, give it a try. What have you got to lose? Absolutely nothing. And it works. I don't know how many people I have suggested this to, and they love it. Initially, they think it's stupid till they try it and it works, and then it's not so stupid. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very simple. So as you go about your lovely day today, this beautiful Tuesday, gosh, that lake looks pretty. Remember to breathe. You are worthy of peace, inner peace, happiness, joy, love, laughter, loving yourself, loving others. You're worthy of forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving others. Life's going to be what you make it, and that decision is yours. Happiness is a choice, so let's make wise decisions today and have a beautiful day.